Hello, how are you doing? You are welcome to today's live session. It's so good to be here today. it's so good to be here today. You are welcome to today's live session. You are welcome, you are welcome, you are welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's pump it up. Let's pump it up. Let's pump it up. Today we are going to be talking about the best pre-poo treatments for hair growth. We are going to be talking about the best pre-poo treatments for hair growth. It's the best pre-poo treatment for hair growth that we are talking about today. You are welcome to today's live session. My name is Atilola. I'm the founder of Ethnic Hair Products, the Trichologists, African Naturalistas, the Good Hair Tribe, Pure Formula Innovations. Today it is all about the best pre-poo treatments for hair growth. It is all about the best pre-poo treatments for hair growth today. Who is ready? So let's join. Let's join this live. Let's have a discussion in the chat section. Let's join. Let's have a discussion in the chat section. It is all about the best pre-poo treatments for hair growth today. That is what we are talking about. The best pre-poo treatments for hair growth. So, my name is Atlola. Like I said, I'm a certified trichologist. I am a cosmetic scientist. And today, we are talking about the best pre-poo treatments for hair growth. All right. So, we are going to be talking about 4 treatments and 4 types of pre-poo treatments that we can do to grow our hair naturally and to grow long hair. 4 pre-poo treatments that we can use to grow our hair. 4 pre-poo treatments that we can use to grow our hair. 4 types of pre-poo treatments that we can use to grow our hair. 4 types. Okay, so number 1 is, guess what? Drum roll. And number 4 is going to like blow your mind. Number 1 is obviously the one everybody starts with, the one everybody knows, DIY pre-poo. But before I go on, let me even ask you, what is a pre-poo treatment? What is a pre-poo treatment? What is a pre-poo treatment? When you think about pre-poo treatment, what comes to your mind? I'm sorry. Um, what comes to your mind when you think about pre-poo treatments? What comes to your mind? What is pre-poo treatment? What is a pre-poo treatment? A pre-poo treatment is the treatment you do before pooing. So the word pre-poo comes from the word poo. When you are in hair care, the word poo is from the word shampoo. From the word shampoo. So pre is before. So pre-poo treatments are the treatments we do before shampooing our hair. Pre-poo treatments are the treatments we do before shampooing our hair. And today we are going to be talking about the best pre-poo treatment. So if you have not been doing pre-poo treatments for your hair before hair care, you are denying your hair of a whole lot of things. You are denying your hair of a whole lot of things that it needs to thrive, to grow longer like mine, right? You are denying your hair of a lot of things it needs to thrive, to grow, to be healthy, to be fortified, to be well nurtured, to be well cared for, right? So you have to ensure that you are doing one form of pre-poo treatment or the other. It is always good to do a pre-poo treatment, even if you don't do it every single wash period. It is very important that you do a pre-poo treatment for your hair. So what kind of pre-poo treatments should you be doing? What kind of pre-poo treatments should you be doing? I'm trying to get my so that I don't forget what I will say. What kind of pre-poo treatments should you be doing for your hair? When it comes to your shampoo, your pre-shampoo treatment, the first one we are going to be talking about is the DIY pre-poo. Many people know the DIY pre-poo, right? Many of us know the DIY pre-poo because that's where many people actually start from. That is where many people actually start from, the DIY pre-poo. The DIY people is actually where many people start from, where you are taking banana, or you're taking eggs, or you're taking coconut oil, or you're taking something in your kitchen, you're mashing it all up and you're putting it on your hair. Some of them work and some of them don't work, right? Some of them work and some of them don't work. So it really depends on your knowledge. And there are so many, while there are a lot of good parts to doing DIY people for your hair, there are also a lot of dangers and risks. Like I've already mentioned in the past, the fact that people don't understand their hair and they just pick what anything, they just pick anything, and they do it on their hair because they saw somebody else out there doing it. That's a dangerous thing, because a lot of people are going to end up doing the wrong things for their hair because they feel like it worked for somebody else, right? They feel like it worked for somebody else and it didn't work for their hair. Another issue why you don't you also want to take care of DIY people if you don't know what you're doing is because you stand the risk of destabilizing your scalp microbiome. You stand the risk of destabilizing your scalp microbiome and then introduce an imbalanced scalp where your pH is out of balance, and then you get into trouble because the pH of your scalp is not very good, right? So there's the risk of doing the wrong thing. There's the risk of doing the wrong thing when you take a DI. So if you take banana, how do you know your hair needs banana at that particular point in time? If you take onion juice, how do you know that's what your hair needs? If you take cloves, that how do you know that's what your hair needs at that particular point in time? So there's a lot of hit and miss when it comes to DIY people. So a and examples of DIY people are coconut oil. I mean, not coconut oil, sorry. Mixing bananas with avocado, taking, yeah, taking your eggs, mixing it with different things, going to your kitchen, taking black pepper, taking so many things. Those are examples of pre-poo treatments, DIY pre-poo treatments. So I believe that you get the gist about pre-poo treatments now when it comes to DIY. All right, the second type of pre-poo treatment we are going to be talking about today is drummer. Who can guess? Who can guess the second type of pre-poo treatment we are going to be talking about today? Is the Ayurveda pre-poo. The Ayurveda pre-poo. The Ayurveda pre-poo. So Ayurveda pre-poo are those treatments that you take and you do on your hair using Ayurvedic powders. Using Ayurvedic powders. When it comes to Ayurvedic powders, there are a million and one Ayurvedic powders because Ayurveda science is a whole industry on its own, right? Ayurvedic medicine is a whole industry on its own. Like the way you have modern Western medicine and then you have traditional medicine, you also have Ayurveda medicine where people go to school for about 4 to 5 years to study this medicine, right? So obviously, many of us are not familiar with all the Ayurvedic powders there is in the world, but some forms of Ayurvedic powder can be used as pre-poo treatments. And the way to use them as pre-poo treatments generally is always just to take them, mix them with water, mix them with water, put them on your mix them with water, put them on your hair, create a mask around them, put them on your hair, rinse off, and then you shampoo your hair. That's the general method Ayurveda is takes. However, I will also say that there are some that vary. There are some that don't follow this typical method. So if you were to use our Ayurveda powder, for example, this Ayurveda powder, for example, is a form of Ayurveda treatment, but we use it for hair loss and we use it to also make your hair thicker, and then we use it to fill bald patches, and then we use it to make your hair fuller. So it's called the Ayurveda powder. It's also in our shop below, in the link below, right? So this Ayurveda powder, for example, if you were to use it, you will rinse it. I mean, you mix it with water to form a paste out of it. This is the powder I'm talking about. You mix it with water to form a paste, out of it, to form a paste out of it, and then you use it as a mask and then rinse it off. So that's a form of pre-poo treatments, right? That is a form of pre-poo treatment. In fact, this one you cannot use it after shampooing. It is before shampooing. You rinse off shampoo and then you will deep condition. It's so potent and so effective that you have to deep condition afterwards to reduce the potency so that it doesn't end up growing out strong hair. That's how good it is. That's how good it is. And if you want to get that, if you're having issues with hair loss, you can always get that in the link below. You can always get that via the link below in TikTok. You can always get that on our TikTok shop, right? So via the chat below. Via the chat below. All right. So that is the so examples of other Ayurveda treatments are we have Bringraj, we have Amla, we have winter cherry, we have neem, we have so many. We have lemon peel, we have so many kinds of Ayurvedic treatments, and it's good to know what you're trying to achieve so that you can choose the right Ayurveda treatment. So, for example, now somebody that is trying to solve a scalp issue might want to go for lemon peel or for lemongrass powder, or somebody that wants to solve hair growth and scalp issues at the same time might also go for hibiscus powder. Somebody that is trying to strengthen their hair and mimic a protein treatment might want to go for henna. There are different kinds that you want to go for, right? There are different kinds that you want to go for. So it all depends. It all depends on the kind of on what you're trying to achieve. It all depends on what you're trying to achieve in your treatment. That is what will help you choose the right kind of Ayurveda. That's what will help you choose the right kind of Ayurveda, right? So what is the number? I hope that was clear. So number one is DIY pre-poo. Number two is Ayurveda pre-poo. That's number two. Ayurveda pre-poo. That's number two. Then number three is the guess what, drum roll, hot oil treatments. Yes, many people are very familiar. Oh, it's not something that is out of this world. It's hot oil treatment. It is what some people use for pre-poo, especially people who are trying not to the shampoo to strip the moisture of their hair. So they get like a carrier oil, and a nice carrier oil with a little essential oil or without, and then they warm it and then they cut their hair. I must confess, in those days when my hair was freer, I think I've done the hot oil treatment just once. It wasn't my fave. Not because it wasn't nice or it wasn't working. I just felt I got better results from other types of other forms of treatments, and I felt like I wasted a lot of oil. I felt like I wasted a lot of oil on my hair when I'm still going to wash it, and I also felt it was messy because I'm in a place where the climate is quite humid and warm, so I don't want to put something on my hair and then it's trickling down. It doesn't stay. I mean, I'm not even sure I need to warm. I'm not sure I need to warm the oil before it gets warm, right? But however, I just did it because it was the rave. Everybody's like, okay, hot oil treatment is really good. You really benefit from it and all. But I did it, and yeah, but a lot of people need hot oil treatment, especially people who are trying to fortify their hair right before shampooing. So if you want to do the hot oil treatment, you can use our hair growth oil. Warm a little. You can use our hair growth oil. Warm a little to about, let's say, 40 to 60 degrees Celsius, right? Like 40 to 60 degrees Celsius, and then you put it all over your hair. and then you cover your hair with a plastic bag and tie an extra towel on it and let your cuticles lift and absorb everything that has been inside. Everything has been put inside that oil for your benefits, right? So hot oil treatment is really good. It's the least amount I've done out of all the other pre-poo treatments. The least amount of treatment I've done out of all the other pre-poo treatments. And so, last but not the least for today, guess the treatment that is termed as a pre-poo treatment. Drum roll, 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 drum roll. Your deep conditioning treatment. Of course, of course, of course. Deep conditioning treatment, deep conditioning treatment, deep conditioning treatment for the win. Deep condition. And I'm going to teach you a hack after I talk about the deep conditioning treatments. The DC pre-poo. The DC pre-poo is when you take your deep conditioner and then you use it as a pre-poo treatment. In fact, in those days, what I used to do was I would detangle my hair and then I'll use my deep conditioner as a pre-poo treatment, and then I'll rinse off, I'll wash my hair, and then I'll condition afterwards. Right? So my wash day used to be very intense, having 4 steps in them. It used to be very intense before I got older. Before I got older, and I was like, ain't nobody got time for this. So what I did was I just used my deep conditioner after my shampoo, right? And I didn't do pre-poo treatments. But your deep conditioner is a fantastic pre-poo treatment, and it's personally my own favorite pre-poo treatment, which is what I did for years. Personally, my own favorite pre-poo treatment. So a deep conditioning treatment can be a deep conditioning mask, can be a protein treatment, can be a moisture treatment, deep conditioning mayonnaise, anything you do to your hair as a form of treatment after shampooing is something called deep, right? It's deeper than, because it penetrates more. That's going to be the almost the final stage of your hair care wash day for that day. So a deep conditioning treatment is always very good, and not only do we advise or recommend it, we actually insist that you should do a deep conditioning treatment afterwards. But as a pre-poo, as a pre-poo, deep conditioning is very good as a pre-poo treatment. It is my own fave, right? It makes my curls pop, and I think palm kernel oil also makes my curls. Makes curls pop generally. That's palm kernel oil. A variant of it is what people call batana oil. And let me even tell you, palm kernel oil or batana oil, as you call it, is in many of our products. Is in this deep conditioning mayonnaise. Is in this edge restoring cream. Is in this hair growth oil. It is in the anti-breakage butter lotion, the one you people call batana oil that we call palm kernel oil. It is well available in our product. So if that's what you're looking to get, come get it from us. Come and get it from us. All right. So that is it. I've already pinned it down there. If you want to get the deep conditioning mask for your pre-poo treatment, trust me, you will love the results. You will love the results. All right, so let me just do a quick recap. A quick recap is the pre-poo treatment is the treatment you do before shampooing your hair. We have the DIY pre-poo, the hot oil pre-poo, the Ayurveda pre-poo, and the deep conditioning pre-poo. If you want any of the products, go to the link below and get the products. Go to the link below and get the products. TikTok shop, it's been pinned on for you to get the products mentioned here. If you have questions, you can always ask in the comment section below, and we'll be sure to respond to you. Have a lovely, fantastic glorious, beautiful, wonderful day. Till I come your way again next week in our next class. Bye.